Hello YouTube, MobileTechnology Reviews here, and today I'm going to be doing a full review of my iPod Touch 4th generation. So here's the iPod Touch itself. You can see my hardware review and unboxing. Just click the links. But anyway, onto the software. This iPod Touch is currently running iOS 6.1.3. That is the almost latest version of iOS, besides iOS 7. And the iPod Touch 4th generation is not, its hardware is not capable of handling iOS 7, so 6.1.3 is the latest version. We'll start with the lock screen. Pretty basic. You got your time, your date, your slide to unlock, and your camera shortcut. Go ahead and slide it to unlock. Here is your main home screen. It consists of 16 icons with 4 icons down beneath. And these 4 icons stay there no matter what page you're on. Out of the box, it comes with these 20 apps. And then these 4 on this page, the utilities. And then, as you add more apps, the pages expand. So once you fill up this page, it'll create a new page, and then once you fill that page, it'll create a new page, and so on. The apps it comes with, so the first one is FaceTime. FaceTime is basically like Apple's version of Skype. It's a video chat application. The downside to it is it only works with other iOS products. But it does work well. The next application is Calendar, just your basic calendar. It's got month view, day view. The next application is Photos, just your basic photo viewer. The camera application. It has a 0.7 megapixel camera on the back with a 1.2 megapixel camera, a VGA resolution camera on the front. The interface is pretty basic. You've got pinch to zoom. Your options are to turn the grid on and off. And this here is to switch from front-facing camera to rear-facing camera. This is a switch from photo to video, and this is your shutter button. The next one is videos. Just your simple, basic video viewer. Maps, I'm not going to go into very detail with, because everyone knows what Apple's Maps is, and it kind of sucks. So, here's weather. Gives you a 7-day forecast and your current weather. So nice little animation. Passbook stores your boarding passes, movie tickets, coupons, such. Notes is just your basic notes application. Reminders is pretty self-explanatory. Clock has world clock, alarm, stopwatch, and timer. Game Center is basically somewhere where you can compete with scores and stuff for games you have. Kind of a useful feature. And here's something that's not so useful. Newsstand. It's kind of a folder, and it's where you can store your magazines that you download from the App Store. And here's the App Store itself, and iTunes. Pretty sure you all know what those are. And you can see the 2 here. That's kind of how Apple does their notifications. They put a little number in the right-hand corner, top right-hand corner of the app, so you know what needs to be updated, or if you have a notification. Here's settings. This is your basic settings to control a device. Here's iMessage. Basically, it's just texting over Wi-Fi, basically. And while we're here, let's go ahead and talk about the keyboard. I think it's a pretty nice keyboard. Fairly spacious, pretty precise to the touch. It's a little bit more spacious in landscape mode, of course. Overall, it's a pretty good keyboard, easy to type on. Mail is just your basic email client. You can choose from many different email services. Here's Safari. This is Apple's web browser, mobile web browser. You've got your URL bar up here, your search bar up here. You've got back and forward buttons. This is a kind of a settings menu button. This brings you to your bookmarks and your history. And this is your multiple pages. So if you add a new page, you can swipe back and forth like this and just touch the X to close it out. It's a pretty basic HTML5 web browser, not too complex. Here's the music player. Again, I'm not going to show you that much of that because you basically know what it is. Utilities, you have contacts, which is, all your contacts in a list. Your calculator is pretty basic. In portrait view, which is a standard calculator. In landscape view, it's a scientific calculator. Here's a stocks application. Just tells you your stocks. And finally, voice memos. This is basically like a voice recorder. And when you scroll to the left, you're brought to a device-wide search. You can search anything on your iPod. You can search songs, pictures, anything. And if you swipe down like this, you're brought to your notification center. This is your weather. And this is a Facebook widget to post something. Or sorry, I accidentally clicked on weather. Anyway, that's a Facebook widget, so you can post something to Facebook real quickly and easily. When you get a new notification, it'll show up right here, and you can just hit the X right here and close it out. The notification center is definitely not as good as Android. Another thing that I don't think is quite as good as Android is multitasking. You double tap the home button, you're brought to your list of applications, and to clear them out, you basically hold down on the application and just close them out. It's kind of time consuming, it's not very efficient. Overall, iOS is a very basic, user-friendly operating system. The App Store has millions of apps, more than any other mobile operating system. So that's a good thing. But I personally am not a big fan of the interface. I feel that it doesn't have enough customization, and it's too straightforward to me. But some people are going to like that. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. Oh, if you're wondering what this little thing is here, my home button doesn't work that great. So this is basically a software version of that. It gives you your home button, a thing to go to the lock screen, volume up, volume down. If you want to get to it, you can just go to Settings, General, Accessibility, and then triple click Home, and you can do Assistive Touch. Oh, and just to prove to you that this is 6.1.3. There we go, iOS 6.1.3. Your software is up to date, which is technically a lie because it's not up to date, but overall, like I said, it's a basic operating system with not much customization, very straightforward. And if that's what you like, then iOS is going to be good for you. Unfortunately, I won't have a review of iOS 7 because none of my devices have the ability to update that far. So I apologize in advance for that. But anyway, there's my software review of iOS 6.1.3 on the iPod Touch 4th generation. Thank you for watching, guys, and hope you all have a really good day. Catch you next time. See ya.